Hey, you. Yeah, I'm talking to your ass. Look, fam, if you somebody who's been struggling, you've been just feeling bad because life has been whooping your ass, and you just want to have a better life than the one that you're looking at right now, it's simple. I'm going to give you 4 key steps for you to implement in your life to improve your life. And it's just quite as simple as that. So we're going to get right into it. The first thing is, if you don't like what your life is, then just change the story, change the narrative. That's all this thing is. Your life is literally a movie. You're the director, you're the actor, all of these different things. So if you don't like what your life is, you have to understand first that you have the power to change that. Whatever the story is, money is hard to come by, or I have to do this, or I have to do that, you know what, in order to make a living or to get by, or I'm unlovable, or every time I go for the girls I want, or whatever the thing is, I get rejected, or whatever the thing is that you struggle with. Understand that it's the story that you're telling yourself that's creating the life that you have. And if you don't like that story, if the story doesn't fit what it is you want, it's making you sad, it's making you frustrated, it's making you angry, it's making you stressed, then just like an actor, take a pencil and erase and write something different. It's quite that simple. I had to do that in my own personal life, where I got to a point where it's like, you know what? I don't want to look at it where, you know what, money is hard to come by, or it's hard to be successful. And you know what? The girls that I would want to date, they wouldn't go for a guy like me. I didn't want to keep feeling that way. So I just simply got to the point where it's like, I don't believe that anymore. I'm not subscribing to that shit anymore. And even if I didn't see that in my life right away, the results of the new mindset, even if I didn't see it right away, which I didn't, it took time for me to actually start seeing my life reflect the change mindset. I still said, this is what it is. This is how I'm going to look at it from now on. I'm not subscribing to that anymore. And that's what the case was. So, and that's what it is. Because like I always tell you, if you're not new here, you hear me say it all the time. What you do and where you go in your life is all on you. And it's so important to understand you're the author, you're the actor, you're the director, you're the superhero in your own life. So it's just like an actor. All an actor does is assume a role. What the fuck do you want out of your life? What do you want to look like? What do you want to be doing? Where do you want to live? What is your occupation? What does your relationship status look like? What do you want these things to look like? So many of you all, you have not even decided to go for what it is that you actually want. And that's why you don't have what it is you want, because you're scared to actually proclaim what it is you want. Just say it, put it out there. This is what I want. If you want to be a millionaire, say that shit. If you want a drop dead, gorgeous model type partner that's loving, that's supportive, that you're going to have kids with, say that. If you want to have a big mansion by the ocean, say that shit. If you want to have a summer body with a 6-pack or whatever, say that shit. If you want to have a thriving business that makes a million or multi-millionaire millions, say that shit. You gotta proclaim what it is you want out of your life. Because if you don't get what you want out of your life, that's your fault. So, and how I see it is, everything that we want is already out there. And whether you believe in God, the universe, or whatever you believe in, I personally believe that God, the universe, whatever you want to believe in, wants to give us the things of our desires and of our heart. Point blank, period. But we sell our own selves short. So that's why I'm harping on this first, that you gotta make sure that you have a narrative and a story that actually fits what you want out of your life. Then ask yourself, what do you want out of your life? Just as if you were writing a movie. If you were writing a script for a movie and you got to create this character, just like how you look at Spider-Man, Superman, whatever character you want to throw in there, they have a theme, they have personality traits, they have abilities, they have different things, and the actor is just assuming the role of the character. So you have to decide what you want out of your life, and then just assume the role of being an actor. You acting as if you that character that you want your life to look like. And if you do that long enough, that's what your life is gonna be. This shit is quite simple, fam. Figure out what the fuck you want to do. Be very clear about what that would look like, what that person would be doing if you had that life that you want, and then start doing it. And then make sure you believe that too, because if you faking the funk, it ain't gonna happen. You gotta really believe this is what it is now. So this weekend, you need to sit down and really do some soul searching and put to paper what it is you want out of your life and get busy. That's the first thing that I want you to do. The second thing, it's simple. Do you believe what it is that you want out of your life? So many of you all don't really believe that you can do something, that you have the abilities to do something, that something is going to happen in your life for whatever reason, whether you don't see evidence, you don't have the confidence because you haven't done this before, or whatever other thing is going on. Your beliefs are changeable. There was times, I'll give you a prime example. I'm pretty sure a lot of folks at one point, you thought that, you know what, you couldn't go in the closet at night because there was a monster or in your closet or underneath your bed. There was a lot of times folks thought that. Or there was a point in time where if you grew up in the United States, a lot of us believed in Santa Claus unless we had parents that, didn't even give us a chance. Now, I had a dad, just throwing in a disclaimer. I had a dad, he shut that shit down real quick. Didn't even give me a chance. Let me know, like, no, this is not what Christmas is. But for most folks, there was a point in time you believed that Santa Claus was the one that brought your gifts and, brought Christmas. And now, fast forward how many years later, how old you are, those beliefs have changed. So just like how you can change your belief about Santa Claus or the monster in the closet or underneath your bed, you can change your thoughts and your beliefs on what you think you can do. No, you can change your beliefs on, you know what? I can become financially wealthy. I can become a six-figure earner or a millionaire. You know what? I don't have to be fat, just because all of the people in my life, in my family, all we knew was being overweight and out of shape. And that's just what it was in our family. You can change the belief that I don't have to be that. I'm a person that I can get in great shape, and that's what I'm going to do. You can change your belief from every beautiful girl that I want is going to reject me to, you know what? There's beautiful girls that are looking for exactly the type of guy that I am, and vice versa for the ladies. If you feel like you're unlovable, all of the guys that you want to date wouldn't commit to a girl like you, you can change that. Meaning, you know what? A guy has been waiting to lock in with a girl just like me. You have to change your beliefs. It's quite simple. It's not rocket science. You literally choose. It's like, okay, I'm going to believe this or I'm going to believe that. It's quite simple, fam. And you have to get to a point where you make sure what you believe matches what you actually want to experience. If you want to be rich and wealthy and have peace, why would you be subscribing to beliefs that, you know what, making money is hard to come by? I won't be wealthy. This business idea won't work. I'm not capable of doing this. Why would you entertain those beliefs if that's not going to help you get what it is that you want? You gotta let them shit go. It's exchanging. You gotta let go of the old shit that's not helping you and exchange for a new belief system that is going to help you. It's quite simple. So I'm going to leave it at that. And the third thing, Starting this weekend, if you haven't, I've been harping on y'all for a couple of weeks with this now. I'm going to keep coming at you because we are family here. And my whole mission, my whole job is to help anybody that comes to this platform, to this space, improve their life and have the life that they want and the best quality of life that they want, period. Whether that's money, relationships, your physical appearance, your physique, your health, your confidence, your social skills, your lifestyle with whatever goals you're pursuing, that's my mission. And I'm going to stay at you until I see you get what it is that I know that you're capable of doing, because I love you and I believe in you. If you're watching this, trust and believe that. So, like I said, this is a family over here, and we growing, we turning up. And speaking of, if you haven't, and this is resonating with you, make sure that you subscribe. Do that. Put that notification bell on, because I drop value for my community and the folks here in this space every single day. I'm here for you. So make sure you subscribe, like, and if there's somebody you know that's struggling in their life and you think that this would benefit them as well, pay it forward and share this to somebody that you know that needs this message as well. And I want you to understand the third thing moving forward is just making sure you take some form of actions. Once you've got the story and the narrative of what you want your life to look like, you have the belief system like, you know what, this is what it is now. I believe and I know I can do it, and I'm going to do it. Whether I see it today, tomorrow, next month, next year, 3 years from now, I'm going to have this, and whatever it is you want out of your life, it's going to happen for you. Once you have that, now it's about starting to take steps. Whatever action you need to take. So for you, if it's fitness goals or you want a better physique, you want to be able to look in the mirror and have a body that you're proud of, okay, that means I need to start working out. I need to start getting active, whether I'm going for walks, I'm going to secure a gym membership, I'm planning my workouts for the week, I'm looking at, okay, what am I going to eat this week? You know, or whatever the case is, you're starting to take steps. If you want to make more money, okay, maybe I need to start looking at a different job. I need to start job hunting, getting on Indeed, or whatever you need to get in on to start looking at jobs that would pay you more. If you got a skill or a service, something that you're good at, that you could be of service to somebody, okay, start that business plan. Start that business that's gonna allow you to make more money than what you're making in your current job. You know, if you wanna be an influencer, start the platform. Get on your camera, start recording content, upload it. It's quite simple. You know, whatever it is you got going on in your life, you have got to, and definitely got to throw this in, because so many people in this space come with dating problems. Look, maybe for the fellas, go the next beautiful girl you see. You're starting a conversation. It's not well, she wouldn't go for a guy like me. Oh, well, she's busy. Oh, she's with her friend. No, you know what? I find her attractive. I'm going to go introduce myself. Period. Take the action. It doesn't matter what results you get. Did you take some type of action, some step to move yourself forward in the direction that you want to go in your life? It's quite as simple as that. So you got to start taking actions, because the small actions that you take today, you continue to take those actions over time, and it builds. The same little small things you're doing today or tomorrow, after a month, after 3 months, after half a year, after a year, those little small things that you were doing pile up and build into something bigger. And that's all success is. So you got to take the actions. Do something this weekend. Matter of fact, fuck it. Before you go out, some of y'all are going out to turn up with your friends or your crew or whatever the case is, and that's fine. But do something. I don't care how small it is. Do something that's going to help set you up to start moving in a different direction. Same thing tomorrow and Sunday as well. There is no excuses. Number 4, as a matter of fact, I started this video saying that I was going to give 4 key steps. I'm going to give 5 because I just thought about something. We just rolling with the punches in real time. I'm adding something. Number 4, you have got to be intentional with your actions. You know what? I just told y'all before a second ago, it's all about taking actions. You know what? Matter of fact, skip that. That'll be number 5 as far as intentions. I want to put that to the last. The next thing is you got to stop playing with your potential. So many of you all treat your goals, your aspirations, the life that you actually want like an option or something like, man, if I get it, cool. If I don't, man, it is what it is. You're not really about it. And you got to be about it if you're going to get the things that you want out of your life. Stop treating it like an option. That's why I told y'all this weekend, it's no more I'll handle that Monday or I'll handle that next week or I'll start next week. No, fuck that shit. Today, tomorrow, because nothing is promised, fam. You can be here today, going tomorrow. So you got to stop playing with your goals because the minute you stop treating the things, your dream life, like an option, then your dream life will prioritize you. It's just like a relationship. Ask yourself, fam, like how some of y'all move with your goals. You don't believe in it. You don't pour into it. You don't spend time on it. You don't put love into it. You don't really care for it. You're not consistent with it. You're not dedicated to it. Ask yourself, with all of those things that you do with your dreams, your dream life, your aspirations, if you did that with a person, would they be attracted to you? Would they want to be with you? Would they want to be around you? Would they always want to be in the vicinity of you? The answer is no. They would not want to fuck with you because that's not something that would naturally attract something that would want to be around it. So you got to treat your dream life just like a partner that you would want. You got to be dedicated to it. You got to be consistent with it. You got to put love into it. You got to put time into it. You got to believe in it. You got to care about it. All of these things. And you will see changes in your life. You won't have to chase things anymore. It'll start chasing you when you start giving it that energy. That's what you got to do with the life that you want to live. Period. And number 5, that goes along with it, you got to be intentional with everything that you do. Be intentional with your actions, meaning I know the things that I do today, that's going to create the life that I have tomorrow. That's going to create the life that I have next week. The things that I do over the course of the next week is going to create the life that I have over the next month. The things that I do over the next few months, I look 3 or 6 months down the road, the light things that I've done over the last few months is going to create the life that I have 6 months down the road. And then the things that I'm doing over the course of the year, by the time this time next year rolls around, the life that I have will be a result of the things that I've decided to do. So you got to be intentional with what you do to make sure in real time you're paying attention and constantly asking yourself, are these things that I'm doing going to create the life that I want and create the outcomes that I want to experience in life or not? Because it's a yes or no answer. If it's a no, leave that shit alone and you got to do differently. And that's something you got to be very intentional with, because it's easy to get off track and do things that's really not conducive for your goals, your dreams, and your aspirations. So you got to be intentional. You got to be even more intentional with your thoughts and how you allow yourself to feel, because thoughts and how you feel drive your actions. So, meaning you can't be around and thinking, I'm not good enough. I don't want to be here. I'm not capable of doing this. You know what? These people that I want to date wouldn't want to date me. Money is hard to come by. I'll never be rich. Getting rich is impossible. All of these are thoughts. All of these are thoughts. You got to be intentional with what you allow, because the things are, those thoughts may play in your head, but you control this. Trust and believe me. you control this, and not to say that those thoughts won't come up, but you don't allow them to sit there rent-free and you don't entertain them. If you have those thoughts to come into your mind, it's like, okay, every time those thoughts come in, I'm going to challenge that. Why can't I be rich? Why doesn't money come easier? Somebody's out here making a lot of money and they don't have to work as hard. They may spend a few hours out of the day. Why is that impossible? Or why wouldn't these girls wouldn't want a guy like me? Or for the ladies, why wouldn't a guy that I would absolutely love to get to know wouldn't want to commit to me? You got to start challenging these thoughts. That's what you got to do. And when you start doing those things, being intentional about what thoughts you allow to play into your mind, and you start intentionally driving your thoughts to positive, encouraging, belief, uplifting things that are going to make you feel inspired, feel empowered, then you're going to carry better feelings of excitement, feeling of courage, feelings of confidence, feelings of, I can do this, I got this shit is inevitable. And when you have those feelings, you have no choice but to take actions that are going to naturally just eventually produce the outcomes and the results you want out of your life. So that's what it comes down to, fam. This shit is quite simple. Make sure you change the narrative to make sure the story that you want your life to look like, you make sure that's something that you want to experience. Make sure that you believe that whatever you want out of your life is doable and that you're going to have it. If you can believe that you're going to have it, eventually you're going to have it. Then you start taking actions that support you believing that you're going to have it. If you believe that you're going to have it, okay, what would you do if you knew you already had it? That's what it comes down to. Make sure that you're being intentional with your actions and intentional with your thoughts. You're intentional with your beliefs, and stop treating your dream life like an option. Treat it like it's the most amazing and most valuable thing to you, and that'll find you. It'll hunt you. So I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. I want to remind you that where you go and what you do in your life, that's 100% all on you. And if you do the work, I promise you got it. So if this video brought value to you, if you made it this far, I want to let you know that if you need help in these areas in your life, I created a community and a program to help people to develop these areas in their life so that you can create the life that you want to experience and to live. So if that resonates with you, there's a link in the description. Click that link. You can send me a message over on Instagram, or you can email me. We can get on a call and see what's going on in your life to see how we may be able to help you so that we can help you turn your life up. And if it resonates, I'll see you on the inside. And if not, I love you anyway. And I also offer one-on-one coaching services for anybody that's looking for specific hands-on coaching to try and really slow walk you through this process of getting where you are today to the life that you want to have. So if that resonates in something that you're interested in, the same thing like I said a second ago, click that link, send me a message over on Instagram or email me. We can have a talk, a conversation to see how we may be able to help you. And look, we're going to turn up the rest of this year. So I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. Make sure you subscribe. If you haven't, share this to somebody that you know that may need this message. Drop a like. And I love y'all. And until next time, peace and love.